Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will learn about the last case particle that we didn't learn. We'll learn that Korean has 5 cases, but actually there is one more case. Korean language has 6 cases and 6 kinds of case particles. I didn't teach you guys about quotative case because I thought if some of you learned the case by European languages, which usually don't have adverbial nor quotative case, it might sound too confusing. But since we learned most of the adverbial particles, let's learn about quotative case. Quotative case particle can make anything into a quotation. And there are 2 different quotative case particles, and the first one we will learn is something something 이라고. 이라고 and 라고 have the same meaning, but they differ for easier pronunciation. They are used for direct quotation. Let me show you some examples. So the first example is 딸이 어제 나랑 놀자라고 했다. Yesterday my daughter said, let's play with me. In this sentence, 딸 means daughter, and 이 is the subjective case particle, and 어제 means yesterday, and 나 means I, but it is translated into me, and 랑 is the adverbial case particle that we learned, which is translated into with, and 놀자 means let's play, and 라고 is the quotative case particle, which is not in the English sentence, and 했다 means said. And the next one is 엄마는 늘 인생은 초콜릿 상자 같은 거야 라고 했다. My mom always said, life is like a box of chocolate. In this sentence, 엄마 means mom, and 는 we'll learn that later, and 늘 means always, and 인생 means life, and 은 we'll learn that later, and 초콜릿 means chocolate, and 상자 means box, and 같은 means like, and actually 초콜릿 상자 means box of chocolate, and 거야 means is, and 라고 is the quotative case particle which is not in the English sentence, and 했다 means said. And the other one is something something 라고. 라고 is used for indirect quotation. 라고 is used with the sentence that have a linking verbs, and 고 is used for other sentences. Let me show you some examples. The first example is 딸이 어제 자기랑 놀자고 했다. Yesterday my daughter said that she wants to play with me. In this sentence, 딸 means daughter, and 이 is the subjective case particle, and 어제 means yesterday, and 자기 means herself. But in the English translation, it is translated into she, and 랑 is the adverbial case particle that we learned, which is translated into with, and 놀자 means wants to play, and 고 is the quotative case particle which is translated into that, and 했다 means said. And move on to the next one. 엄마가 곧 간다고 했어요. Mom said that she will arrive soon. In this sentence, 엄마 means mom, and 가 is the subjective case particle, and 곧 means soon, and 간다 means she will arrive, and 고 is the quotative case particle which is translated into that, and 했어요 means said. And 라고 is used with sentences with linking verbs. For example, 그가 그의 친구는 정말 바보라고 말했어. He said that his friend is such an idiot. In this sentence, 그 means he, and 가 is the subjective case particle, and 그 means he, and 의 is the adnominal case particle. So 그의 means his, and 친구 means friend, and 는 we'll learn that later, and 정말 means such, and 바보 means idiot, and 라고 is the quotative case particle which is translated into that, and 말했어 means said. And as you can see, if you attach quotative case particle to a sentence having a linking verb, for example, 그의 친구는 정말 바보이다. You have to leave out the linking verb 이다 and put 라고 directly to the complement. In this case, the complement is 바보. Because when you put 이다 and 라고 together, it changes the meaning, like 그가 그의 친구는 정말 바보이라고 말했어. Which means he said that his friend to become an idiot. So all the time, when you make a quotation out of a sentence with a linking verb, you have to leave out the linking verb 이다 and put 고 directly to the complement. So you have to leave out the linking verb 이다 and put 고 directly to the complement. And don't forget to add the filler 라. So it always becomes complement plus filler 라 plus 고. And let's compare something 이라고 and 라고. So the 이라고 conveys the spoken words exactly as they are, and 라고 delivers the spoken words from the deliverer's perspective. Usually something 이라고 is used when you didn't understand the spoken words, so you can't convert them from your perspective, or when you need to convey the exact utterance. Let me show you some examples. So the first example is 피의자는 나는 현장에 없었다 라고 말했습니다. The suspect said I was not at the site. In this sentence, 피의자 means suspect, and then we'll learn that later, and 나 means I, and then we'll learn that later, and 현장 means the site, and 에 is the adverbial case particle that we learned, which is translated into at, and 없었다 means was not, and 라고 is the quotative case particle, which is not in the English sentence, and 말했습니다 means said. Move on to the next. 계약서에는 2025년 12월 31일까지라고 되어 있어. The contract says until December 31st, 2025. In this sentence, 계약서 means contract, and 에 is an adverbial case particle, which is not in the English translation, and then we'll learn that later, and 2025년 means 2025, and 12월 means December, and 31일 means 31st, and 까지 is an adverbial case particle that we learned, which is translated into until, and 라고 is the quotative case particle, which is not in the English sentence, and 되어 있어 means says. And something라고 is more frequently used because it usually sounds more polite. Let me show you some examples. These are two sentences with the same meaning, but the first one is direct quotation with something이라고, and the second one is indirect quotation with something라고. Let me walk you through this. The first sentence is 그가 그의 친구한테 너는 정말 바보다 라고 했어. He said you are such an idiot to his friend. In this sentence, 그 means he, and 가 is the subjective case particle, and 친구 means friend, but by the context it means his friend, and 한테 is an adverbial case particle that we learned, which is translated into to, and 너 means you, and then we'll learn that later, and 정말 means such, and 바보 means idiot, and 다 means are, and 라고 is the quotative case particle, which is not in the English sentence, and 했어 means said. And the next one is the example that we just learned. So I want you to feel the vibe through the English translations, because even in English, indirect quotation is more polite. Since Korean people really care about the politeness, you should use something라고 more often than something이라고. So if you use something이라고, it sounds like he said you are such an idiot to his friend. And if you use something라고, it sounds like he said that his friend is such an idiot. Just like that, in most cases, using something라고 sounds more polite since the deliverer removes the tone and nuances. And I said that we can make anything into a quotation with quotative case particles, but actually, you have to use only something이라고 if you want to make a quotation with incomplete sentence. Let me show you some examples. The first one is 그는 정답이라고 외쳤다. He shouted correct. In this sentence, 그 means he, and then we'll learn that later, and 정답 means correct. And 이라고 is the quotative case particle which is not in the English sentence. And 외쳤다 means shouted. And the next one is 그녀는 불이야 라고 여러 번 외쳤다. She yelled fire many times. In this sentence, 그녀 means she, and 은 we will learn that later, and 불 means fire, and 이야 is like a be verb, like there is a fire. So 불이야 actually means fire, and 라고 is the quotative case particle which is not in the English translation. And 여러 means many, and 번 means times, and 외쳤다 means yelled. So when you make an incomplete sentence into a quotation, like phrase or word, you have to use something something이라고, not something something라고. For the last, let's see the example which has both particles. So the example is 엄마가 할머니께 곧 간다고 전해라 라고 했어요. Mom said, tell grandma that we will get there soon to me. In this sentence, 엄마 means mom, and 가 is the subjective case particle, and 할머니 means grandma, and 게 is an adverbial case particle which is not in the English translation, and 곧 means soon, and 간다 means we will get there, and 고 is the quotative case particle which is translated into that, and 전해라 means tell, and 라고 is the quotative case particle which is not in the English sentence, and 했어요 means said. So something something고 is indirect quotation, and something something라고 is direct quotation. So now we learned all the cases in Korean, and that's it for today. See you guys in the next video.